If your gut is not functioning, your digestion will be compromised. You will have all the discomforts in the world and you will not like meal times. Hi guys, welcome to the Well Nourished podcast. This should be episode 5 and we are going to talk about indigestion and things that you can do to help you improve that bloating, that constipation, too much gas, that acidity. But we're definitely going to do a video later tackling the specific one. So we are going to talk about the general things, the easy things that you can incorporate into your day-to-day routine to help you in dealing with all these conditions. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the causes of the indigestion. So indigestion can be caused by poor acid or enzyme production. That means that the food that you're going to eat is not going to be digested effectively because your acids and your enzyme productions are either low or too much. The next thing that causes indigestion or constipation or bloating is definitely intake of too much refined foods that are not having fibers. So fiber has been shown in so many studies to help with bowel movements, both soluble and insoluble fibers. So if your thing is consumption of things like breads, things like cakes, things like chips, things like rice, meat, and you're not taking up vegetables, whole grains or tubers, you're definitely going to limit your intake of fibers, and this will have issues with digestion and moving things in your intestines. And when this happens, you're definitely going to have discomforts, bloating, and definitely constipation. So the next thing that has been linked to indigestion and a lot of issues with your tummies is basically a poor intake of water. If you're not taking up enough water, you're definitely going to have indigestion issues because, again, movement. Water just helps in the pushing out of things, and it also helps digestion. It helps things move faster, and it also helps the excretion process, and this definitely helps with a cleaner or a clearer digestion tract. So it is important to take all that in consideration. So what are some of the things that you can do to help you actually have better or interesting digestion processes? The first thing is have a meal routine, have a healthy meal routine. You see, now with the current trend whereby we are having a lot of restrictions, we're having a lot of fasting. So you have that your body maybe is used to taking up like 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and now you're going to skip your breakfast. Your body is still going to produce acids and enzymes in anticipation of breakfast, the time that you normally take your breakfast. That acid will just circulate and do nothing. So what happens is that over time your body will get used to the fact that it does not need to be producing that acid because it is causing corrosion for nothing. What happens when you decide to go back to your normal eating routine? You're just going to have low acid production and your body is not going to be able to fully and effectively digest the food the way it was prior. So the first thing that you need to do is stop with the crazy restrictions. Have normal meal plans. Plan at least 3 meals a day. You can plan a heavy breakfast, a lighter lunch, and a very light dinner. A light dinner can be something like a salad. That is not restriction. You can do a salad. You add maybe some eggs or you add some meat or avocado. It will be very tasty. If you're having issues with blood sugar control, it will not spike your blood sugar as much, because sometimes if you are controlling your blood sugars, if you are controlling weight, you will want to reduce your carbohydrates to help with that. So not elimination, control. An effective way of doing that is reducing the insulin spikes. I hope I make myself clear. We are not cutting off carbohydrates, we're just controlling intake because it has been associated with increased insulin spikes, with increased body fat and other unhealthy benefits. But again, we're also going to select our carbs from the healthier ones. But the virtue of telling you that there are healthier carbohydrates does not mean that you overload your body with carbohydrates. That is not what I mean. The next thing that you're going to do is actually practice better digestion hygiene. Better digestion hygiene includes, number 1, having a sit down when you're having your meals. I remember when you were in primary school, you used to be told, if you eat when you're standing, your food will go directly to your legs and you will have fat legs. It was a funny joke, it was a very untrue joke, but it used to help us because we would always ensure that we are seated during meal times. Also be comfortable when you're eating. Have an upright composure and then enjoy your meals. It looks classy as well when you're having your meals in a very composed state, and it is also very good for your digestion because you don't want to fold your tummy in such a way that you're going to compromise movement and such. Another digestion hygiene that we have to practice to ensure that we promote digestion is to reduce taking clear water in between meals. If you're taking a hard food or food that is very, very dry, you can do something like broth with it, or you can do something like maybe green tea or black tea. Because you don't want to take pure water, it is going to dilute the digestive enzymes and acid in your tummy, and this will definitely compromise on activity and such. Purpose to have your drinks or your water either 1 hour before or after your meals to allow for ample time for digestion and acid utilization and effective release. That is very important. The next thing that you are going to do to help you in actually digestion or to help you improve your digestion system is actually prioritize intake of whole foods. Make sure that you select them yourself, prepare them, and after that try as much as you can to eat with your hands. I used to think it was uncouth, but when you're thinking about it, your body gets in touch with the food that you're going to have. So it kind of prepares itself for digestion, it kind of prepares itself for acid release, so you're going to have an easier digestion than someone who's eating with a spoon, or someone who's just bought a prepared meal and just have it. So try and purpose to prepare your meals and make them whole. Take up the rainbow, as we call it, the red, blue, yellow, green, white, purple, all those. Make sure that you're consuming variety of fruits and vegetables on a daily. Do not take one particular fruit every other day. We want to activate as many enzymes are released to ensure that our microbes and our gut bacteria are well activated to help us in digestion. So the next thing that we are going to have is increased intake of fermented foods that are going to increase your probiotics, basically the good cultures in your tummy. And again, now because we have increased our intake of fiber, soluble and insoluble, we're going to have food to feed the gut bacteria that we are going to introduce to our tummies. So fermented foods like fermented uji, fermented yogurts, mala, kefir, we also have in it, kombucha. I have seen very good brands selling it. If you go to your local supermarket, you will find packed kombucha. Just make sure that it doesn't have so much additives or preservatives, because again, we don't want to load our system with unnecessary additives. So the next thing that you're going to do to help you actually improve your digestion is the obvious one, that is basically physical exercise. Move, not before or immediately after meals. Give yourself at least 2 hours. I usually recommend that you do a workout like maybe 6. If you're having your breakfast at 8, you do a 6 to 7. You have your water, and then you have your recovery smoothie before you can have a meal. It is very important to let things calm down, let things relax, to avoid also overeating, because it is very possible to overeat immediately after a workout. Again, if you work out immediately after eating, you're going to have a lot of discomforts, and that is not something that we want to do. You're going to have a lot of stitches, uncomfortable, and chances are you'll stop working out. So we want you to make sure that you get the rhythm of working out. So plan your workouts at least 2 hours before meals or 2 hours after meals. That is very necessary too, for ample digestion, for ample functionality, and to also help with release of energy and such things. It is very necessary. So the next thing that you're going to do to actually help us in improving digestion is actually you can take natural herbs, things like wheatgrass, things like hibiscus, things like chia seeds, fenugreek, because they not only add you with the extra needed fiber, the chlorophylls and such, but they also add you with extra phytos and the vitamins and the minerals that are going to help you with digestion and also help you heal and repair your gut. It is very, very necessary. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about is you need to ensure that you're healing and repairing your gut, because if your gut is not functioning, your digestion will be compromised. You will have all the discomforts in the world, and you will not like meal times. So in this video, we talked about some of the things that you can do to help you heal your gut. Check it out and let's meet there. So until next time, bye.